we do now assignment? So here you can see we have the one assignment, right? How can you do the assignment and push them on GitHub repository? That is what we want to show now. Okay. Share the screen again. So how can we do that? Okay, so let's go to my GitHub repository. My GitHub repository. Now I go to my GitHub repository, and for example, I create Shamsuddin REODS 30 days assignment, something like this. REODS 30 days assignment, right? So we create this folder. You know, you can write description. Sometimes this is my repository for 30 days assignment. Something like this. You create this, right? Now you can add, you know, Python here. As a Git, you know, you can say, okay, add README, right? So we have this. Now you can say create repository. So you create repository. So you can see now here I have Ariware. Oh, anyway, you can Ariware 30 days assignment. So you can modify this this README and write anything you want. You can click here and say, this is my assignment at Ariware Data Science, something like this, our DS, and whatsoever. You can say commit here. It can show you something. I say commit changes. Everything will be modified. You can see REODS. I type REODS, right? Now, this is something on remote repository on your GitHub, but you want to be pushing your assignment every day for each day here, right? You want to be pushing them. Now, what you need to do is clone this repository onto your computer. So you can see I click here, I click clone, right? I copy this one. You can see, click here and see here. Now, when you do this, you can come to our GitHub repository, our VS Code. I can say type, I can do this. I can clear. Okay, I have this, right? So now we want to bring this remote repository to our computer. Remember, I already create a folder on my desktop called REODS, right? In my desktop, I already create a folder on my desktop called REODS. Let's see the folder. You can see this is a folder, REODS workspace. So you too, you create a folder called REODS workspace. You create a folder REODS space. Now, after I come to my VS Code here, you can see here I'm inside my folder, right? REODS. Now, you can basically say, okay, let me bring this remote GitHub repository to inside my folder. So here, where am I? PW, print working directory. I'm inside REODS. Okay, I'm where I want to be. I want to bring that folder inside REODS. So you say git clone and paste this REO 30 days. You say this. So you can see it brings 30 days REO. Can you see it? REO 30 days. Can you see it now here? Now, no, is it this one? No, this is the one, REODS. You can see it. You can see if I click this README, you can see this is my repository 30 days and whatsoever. You can see that. Now, if you want to do the one assignment, you can say, okay, you can create a folder. You say day one, for example, day one. You can see day one. And you can say, okay, let me create day two, for example, as well, day two. You can see that. You can say, let me create day three, but I'm just giving you an example, day three. Now, because we are in day one, you need to enter day one and create where you want to do your assignment. You can use, you know, Jupyter Notebook. You can say day one assignment, day one assignment. Can you see that? And say you can say IPYMB, means it's Jupyter. I'm not using this one here to come here and click and say command palette and say create not to create Jupyter notebook. Can you see? No, this is just a shortcut for me. But if you prefer that, that also works. So I just create a Jupyter notebook here. But also, if you prefer to create a Python file, you can say day1 dot py Python file and write the assignment in py. But we prefer to be using Jupyter notebook, so we can delete this one. All right. Any question regarding this step that we have seen right now? Any question? Any question? So when I go into my D1, this is my D1. You can see that D1. You can see that D1. So inside D1, you remember before you do anything, you need to select the kernel. So you can see kernel, select kernel. So I select here kernel. My Ario data sign. So here I'm inside my kernel. I can now start. So I can say, I can click here and say D1 assignment. You can do, when you say D1 assignment, you can click here. You can see that it put this one something like this. Okay, which folder, Mufida? This folder called D1. Okay, the reason why I create this folder, I want each day to put my assignment in each folder. Do you understand?
Sir, not for the assignment, for the other folder.
Which one?
Not that one. Scroll up. Yes.
This one?
No.
This
yes.
one?
The second one, the third one.
This
yes,
one?
This one? Yes.
Okay, let me delete it. It's when I was doing so this is 30 days, all the 30 days stuff you have. This is Ario data science machine learning that we have everything. For example, our content, everything is inside here. This is, you don't need, okay, let me say you don't necessarily need this and this, but you may need them if you want to read your content locally. I will show you. I will come back to this, but let's concentrate on this repository that we just cloned. Let me repeat what we did. What we did, basically, we create GitHub repository. We all know that. I click here. I click this one. Now, what I did was basically to make sure that I'm inside, because I'm already inside my ArioDS folder that I already created in desktop. If you are not there, let me close this. You can go here. You can say open folder. When you say open folder, you come to desktop where you create the folder and open it. So when you open it here, you will have your, because I already have it open, that is when it doesn't happen. So when you are inside your ArioDS folder, you come to here and say open terminal. You can see here, it will open terminal here. So when you open terminal, you can see, it is desktop ArioDS. Make sure you are in Ario in the folder you create in desktop, because if not, when you clone, nothing will go there. Even if you have some problem, you can click here. You can see Ario 30 days. I right click and you say open in integrated terminal. So this will open this folder in integrated terminal. So yeah, you can see 30 days. Now I'm inside ArioDS, Ario 30 days assignment. You can see that, right? You can see that. So now we are inside this Ario 30 days. I now create, day one. I create day two. Now, when I create day one, I say day one assignment. So what can I do? Now I can come here. What is the assignment? Let me go to 30 days repository. Okay, this is 30 days repository. So let's go to the assignments. So this is the assignment. Check the Python version you have. Check the Python version you have, right? So I can say, I can have something like this. You can say, you can number it, for example, number one, right? Because this is Markdown, you can say, no. You can say assignment. What can I say? Assignment one. Can you see that? So you can see exercise. Okay, exercise level one. You see exercise level one. Okay, exercise level one. Exercise. So here you can see I have one hash here because this is bold is big. When I have two hash, here, you can see it's so small. When I have 3 here, or 4, let me say here, you can see it's small, right? So now you can see this is the, so now you want to write your assignment. So what is the first one? Check version of Python, Python you have. How can we check the version of Python? For us to check version of Python, what we need to do is, you know, say Python version, right? Yeah, right? Python version here, right? Sorry, Python version. So when I type, what am I doing? Oh, okay. Right. So there is something that you may not necessarily need to, you know, use this one here, Python version. We haven't come to that. So here I can say Python version. So if we have this, you can see here, don't worry about this one. So you can see Python version 3.10. So you can see here, Python version is something that you can run in command line. This is not Python because this is not Python command. So if you want to write something that is supposed to be in, so if I come here, I need to write Python version. It can work here. Oh no, what is it? Oh. So this is something that you can do in command line. It shows you, but you cannot use this in Jupyter. But if you want to run command that's supposed to be in terminal, you will put this. Can you see this sign? Is it, what is it called? This one, what is it called?
Hyphen.
Exclamation mark or something like that. So when you type it, you know, yeah. So we can say you can do this. So you can see here, you do exercise number 1. Exercise number 1, exercise 1, whatsoever you want to, number 1, whatsoever you want to write. You can go to another one. You say, okay, what is number 2? Open the Python. Okay, so all this assignment allows you to use interactive shell. So open Python interactive shell and do the following: addition, multiplication. So it just asking you to do interactive shell. So you can open the terminal and you can do this. For example, 1, 2, 2. Oh, I'm not inside Python. So you can go to Python here. You can do 1 + 1. So, you know, it just wants you to, you know, practice whatsoever here. So that's how you do that. So let's assume, you know, okay, so you can see here, you create a folder named this, inside folder whatsoever. Let's assume here we have used all the assignments, you know, in this, we said, okay, this is, you know, assignment exercise number 2. And we do the assignment, for example, here, write a string on the Python interactive. All this one, you can see they are working on interactive shell. You don't need to do that. Create a folder, write an example for different Python data types. So for example, write an example for different Python data types, such as number, this. So this is an example. I can say example of string, example of string, of string, of string. So example of string, what is it? A is equals to Isa Musa, something like this, Isa Musa. You can see this is the example of string, right? So this is example of string, right? So you see I do this. So this is how you can, you know, simultaneously do all this assignment and you know, finish it. If it is involve code, you write code. If it involve Markdown, I can say, okay, this one is, you know, this is which part of the assignment? Exercise level 2. I can say, okay, this is exercise level 2. Exercise level 2. And now you write your assignment. Now, assume we finish all the assignments and you want to push it into the GitHub repository. What you need to do is still come back to your here, REO 30 days that we created. Right click, open integrated terminal, and now we are integrated terminal. What you need to do is write git status now and see what happened. Git status. You can see here it said on track files. Can you see on track files? meaning you added some other stuff. You added other stuff and you haven't. So if you want to push them on your GitHub repository remote, you can say git add something like that. Can you see git add? This is what you have been taught. You can see we add everything. Then you say git commit. Can you see? Add assignment 1, add day one assignment. Can you see? Add day 1 assignment. So you can see one file change 84 insertion, right? Now when you do git add, git commit, now you do what we call it git push. So now it's pushing everything to remote repository. That means now I push my assignment day 1. So we will be able to see your assignment day 1. Let me go back to my repository that I created. Okay, area data. Can you see this? Can you see day 1 comes? You can see now, right? Can you see day 1? So when I open day 1, we'll be able to see your assignment that you submitted day 1. So you can see day 1 exercise, you can see this. So this is basically how you can create assignment and push it in the GitHub repository. Any question before? Any question? It's already 1 hour. Any question?
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay. Go on. Yes, go on.
Okay, please, I don't know. I became confused. You were shifting in between terminal and then the VS Code.
Hacker.
So I don't know. Where are we supposed to write the assignment? Is it in terminal or in VS Code?
Good question. Okay. So that is why we say now you have terminal and this Jupyter notebook. You're supposed to write your assignment in notebook and push it. But when you finish writing the assignment, you come to terminal and say git add that I did. Git add, store your stuff that you have already added. So for example, now let me add another one in day 2. Let me create a new file. Day 2 assignment, day 2.ipymb. Can you see that? So let's assume, we can go back to 30 days. RODS, let's go back to 30 days. Okay, so let me go to day 2, for example. So when I go to day 2, for example, maybe if we have assignment, check the data type of all your variable using built-in. Oh, okay. Yeah, so for example, let me just jump into exercise level 2. Let me do this. I can say, okay, I want to submit exercise day 2. I can, have this. So when you write this, what you need to do is Command Shift to just come here. Now, what is the assignment here? What is the assignment? What they say, for example, I'm just giving an example. Check the data type of all your variables. So why is it? So let's assume we create a variable equals to 2 using integer, and we create another variable, B is a string, is Musa, right? So the assignment say check your type of your variable. So what it means is, let's say we want to see, we wanted it to check the type of A and B. We said, okay, what is type of A? Type of A, you can see it, right? What is type of B? I can see here. Okay. Oh, A is not defined. Oh, okay. I have not run this. So after I run that, I see this. So you can see the type of A. So let's assume you finish all the assignment here. Now, you want to push this one into your GitHub repository. Now, what you need to do is open your terminal. Open the terminal. Can you see that? Open the terminal. When you open the terminal, then you say git add. You type enter. Oh, I'm inside Ariwa DS workspace. Remember, I'm not here. I'm not inside the Ariwa 30 days, you know, this one. So I need to go inside. You can see list directories we have. We have Ariwa data time 30 days. So let me go into that CD Ariwa 30 days. Can you see this one? No, Ariwa data Ariwa. What do I say? Area. Oh. Okay. So here I'm inside the Ariwa data science. You can see this. And I can say, okay, git add, because I do addition, you can see. Then I say git commit, add D2. I said also again, enter. You can see that. And now I say git push. I now push the assignment. You can see that, right? So you can see when we go to our GitHub repository, we'll be able to see, you know, the 2 assignment. So when I do this, you can see the 2 assignment comes here, all right? However, some of the assignment in the first few days, they are being used in, you know, in your terminal. It's just for you to practice them. You don't need to necessarily submit them. For example, here, do the addition, you know, example, this one, check Python version in your version you are using. You don't necessarily need to do what is supposed to be in the terminal. So do what you can do and now submit them. Okay, I don't know if this makes sense. You understand what is the purpose for the terminal and what's the purpose for the Jupyter?
Yes, I understand. And another thing, please.
Yes.
Are we allowed to write either in the Markdown or Python as we choose, or is there any?
Yes, so you can use this one. For example, you can choose to use this. For example, D2. You can see the PY Python. So this is raw Python script. You can do your assignment here. Yes, or Jupyter or Python. You can do anyone you like. Yes.
No, I'm talking about if you are writing in Jupyter notebook.
Okay.
I could see sometimes you use Markdown to write.
Oh, right.
And
so
sometimes you use Python.
Okay. So Markdown is used to write
Jupyter notebook.
Yes. Markdown is used to write command and some stuff. If you want to write Python code, you choose code. This is to write code. And this is to write English, something that you want to do some explanation. You can see, if you want to write Python code, you need to click code. But you cannot write Python code in Markdown. Markdown is to write English. For example, this is an example. I can say this is an example. You can see that and do like that. So you can see this, it writes English. But if it is Python code, you need to write code. So this you can say is equals to 2 plus 2. Can you see that? So you can say,
so you alternate between the two depending on
what. So you can say below, you can say below is number 3 assignment, number 3. You can say, okay, and now you can
Markdown.
Yes, and that you can click and do the assignment. You can do and do this. You can say, okay, next one, next assignment, next example, or whatsoever example. I'm just giving an example. You can say next assignment and whatsoever. You say, okay, and now you type the code, you type the assignment, whatsoever, something like that. This is how you iterate.
I understand. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Yeah, so it's time now. We'll be able to see now, try to see that how you can replicate this. However, you may not necessarily be using terminal to push. Let me give you an example. You can see day 3 here. Let me create another file, day3.ipymb. Can you see that? Now I have the 3 ipymb. I can say, okay, assignment. Remember, Markdown is used for English. Assignment 3, assignment day 3. You can see this. Okay, assignment day 3. So I want to write something. So below is my assignment for day 3. Okay, it's assigned by 3. So I type the code. A is equals to 4 plus 1, right? So this is my assignment. Okay, I select the. Okay, so what happened? Oh, okay. A 4 plus 1. So this is my assignment. Okay, print. Now, you may not necessarily use terminal. If you already install what I told you, GitHub, GitHub in here, when you see our, when you see this marketplace, you install GitHub extension, GitHub. If you install GitHub extension, yeah, you can see GitHub, GitHub repository. If you install this one, GitHub repository, and so anyway, you see something like this. Maybe in your computer, you'll be able to see something like this. What this is telling you is that if you click here, 30 days. I don't want to confuse you. Okay. Which one is mine? Okay, this is the 30 days assignment. So you see that this area 30 days, I now create day 3. You can see there is day 3 that I created, and I need to push them. So you can come here and say, I write that message that I'm writing. You can say, okay, I added day 3. Let me come back. I want to show you another alternative for pushing into GitHub repository rather than using Git in terminal. We add an example here, and now when you click on this one, it's telling me that it's something 16 that I haven't committed. So you can see my folder. You see something like this. You can say, okay, day 3. I add day 3. I added day 3, and you say commit. Can you see commit? You say commit. When you say commit and you say sync, when you say sync, now everything is now synced and now pushed to your GitHub repository automatically. Can you see? So this one is easier, right? So when you come to your GitHub repository, 30 days, and you refresh, can you see the 3 comes here?
Excuse me.
Yes.
Can we synchronize more than one file or folder?
Yes, you can synchronize any number, any number.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. So you can see, so instead for you to go to terminal, git add, git commit, git push, you can just open here, and now type your commit message and say commit and sync. That is all. So I think it's high time we close the session today. Wow, we added 21 minutes. Oh, sorry for taking much time, guys. Yeah, I think we can go and relax and try to follow the content. And if you have any question, you can ask in the chat. Okay, thank you very much for joining, and I hope you learned something useful today. And bye-bye for now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.